live. Let's make sure everything... Wow, everything's... Okay, cool. We are here. This is a Let's Talk number 9. Number 9. And this is stream 1 of 2 today, because we have the Legacy series, of course, that is going to be starting around 8 o'clock tonight. So we have some Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries goodness happening later tonight. And before I continue any further, I just want to say, shout out to the members in the chat right now. We got Damian Poe. We got M.W. Lewis. We got Kamame, of course, and Zamasu. And Callie is in the chat working out and watching the bean. I'm always here. Thank you, Callie. Extremely awesome. Sorry for your loss, man. Take care, take it easy, rather. And hopefully this can take your mind off some stuff. I just lost my cat last month, so I definitely understand. It's rough, man. But we're all here together, and we're all here for each other. And of course, we have John Lemley. We got This Is Carlos. We got Will Moore and Sean Strickland. And John's also here, always supporting. And he's working right now. And I'm off because, like we said, our schedules are a little wishy-washy. And you might see Jesse, the cat, make an appearance because he's getting all excited right now. Yeah. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Distant Memories, what's going on? I Feel Nothing, what's going on? So I wanted to shout out the members as well first. We got Lone Wolf. We got Shadow King. Damage Jr. No Nope. Ancient. Stonks. We got Tig Tag Good News. Jesse UFC. Of course, Extremely Awesome. Thanks for being here, man. Hope you feel better. Emmanuel. We're doing good. Jesse's, my cat, is on my lap right now. He's just chilling. He'll probably poke his head and you'll probably see him. I don't want to move the webcam because I got everything set to specific stuff. Isaiah, I have not seen the Mafia 1 remake trailer. I think I rented Mafia back in the day, but I don't remember much of it. So RE8 hype, absolutely. Distant Memories, what's going on? John Lemley says, one of my dogs had a mild stroke yesterday. Hopefully it's nothing serious and she gets back to normal, but she's 15 and could have a brain tumor. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Everyone, just be, with your pets, be with your family, and, that's all you can do is just be there for them. And, it's been a rough year, but, the one thing that always gets me through stuff and, is making content and talking to you guys. And, what a big week this has been. Resident Evil 8 is, just come out of nowhere, right into the PS5 event, which we expected, but it's still just kind of like, I think certain people that weren't expecting Resident Evil 8 are, really into it. Let me see. I just want to catch up on the chat here. Of course, Damian Poe, what's going on? Tree Stein says, I think I said that right. Hey, found your channel yesterday. Watched the Village trailer breakdown. Now I'm hooked on your videos. Must binge watch. Yes. Well, welcome to Let's Talk Resident Evil. I know that there's going to be a lot of newer people that we're going to be seeing in the chat and chats to come. Because, of course, with Resident Evil 3, it was kind of like the same thing with Resident Evil 3 Remake. Let me see. Axel says, why don't you remember Mafia? Too much coke. No. I can never say I've done cocaine, but no, Mafia was just never kind of on my radar when that came out. I think the only thing I kind of played like that was, obviously like I played Grand Theft Auto and I played the Godfather games, like those were fun. Mafia 2, I heard, is like the fan favorite, or that should be the fan favorite anyway. That's good, Damian Poe. Good to hear about your cat, man. Doing well. Dan Kane, 316. Absolutely. Salsa dip. Definitely agree with that. Thank you, 111. 1111. He said this is the best RE channel on YouTube. We appreciate that. Since Capcom is trying something new with their titles, where Resident Evil now is the subtitle to Village, I could see a Code Veronica remake in the future called Code Veronica Resident Evil RE as a subtitle. Yeah, it's a little weird why they decided to do that. But, they kind of did that with RE7. And, RE7, where it was like, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, but then they started to actually like hide it in the title, I don't know. It's one of those things, like, so he says in the developer, well, what they both actually talk about in the developer's message is, we're going to explain more why we decided to do that, like, later on. But, like, he didn't say, like, anything in the video from what I understand. I don't know. We'll see why they're doing that. I don't know. It's still Resident Evil 8, though. They make it clear right away. You know what I mean? And holy shit. We got a $100 super chat from Stars. Stars says, what's up? What's up, Stars? Holy shit. Hunter Bones, dude. Fucking MVP right here. Stars, fellow member, fellow supporter. Thanks, man. Holy shit. Dropping a banger right away. We didn't even start today. This is stream 1 of 2 right now. And we're just hanging out. Let's see. I'm trying to get all of the questions and stuff. I'm just going to be taking questions and stuff in the chat. We're just going to be shooting the shit. Just hanging out, discussing some stuff. All right. Making sure we're good. Okay. Sad Rebecca says, could have been a better choice for different remake rather than the RE4. Well, Code Veronica could have been for, like, I guess the diehard fans. I think, like, the diehard fans really want Code Veronica, and, like, maybe the people that kind of fall more into the middle, and also diehard fans, like, me and John and Dustin and everyone else, we want to see RE4 too. So it's like, I don't mind, like, I would have liked to see Code Veronica, but again, I understand from, like, a business standpoint as to why, they're not going to do it. But I don't know. It's interesting to see, what they're going to do, like, next. Like, do you go directly to 5, or do you go, like, do a spinoff, or do you just stop doing remakes? Like, 4 is going to sell like crazy, so, like, they probably already know that, and they're going to have a game plan. But, I think a Code Veronica one would have been cool. But again, maybe they're just waiting for the right time, or if they don't think that it's worth it, then they're probably just going to jump to, they could do 5 again. They could do, you know what I mean? They could just make a whole nother story with this remake. They can kind of start doing stuff they probably never thought of. Okay, cool. So I'm trying to just catch up here on some of these. Thank you, Beetle Skies. Has been watching since the RE3 leaks. Don't know how you didn't show up in the search earlier. Great videos. Well, it's good to know that we're in the algorithm. I think we got more into that with RE3, which is kind of cool. You know what I mean? Stonk says, I'm glad to have Resident Evil set in my country. Wasn't expecting it. Yeah, that's something we're going to talk about. Romania in the new Resident Evil, Let's Talk Resident Evil podcast is going to be also recorded tonight, in addition to our Resident Evil 4 stream, and addition to the other videos that we put out the other day. There's more. Thank you, Kendrick, for liking the Frankenstein poster. Runza says, "Yo, bro, you kind of look like Seth Rollins from WWE." I don't know why people keep saying that. Do you think RE3 was something they did on purpose, or RE3 Village Rev 3 was something they did on purpose? I don't know. Definitely not. I mean, they're probably not gonna. They might tie in the story, but I don't think they're going to do that. Another $100 super chat from Stars. Just wanted to stop by and say hi, but I got to go to work. Well, thank you, Stars. We appreciate you, buddy, with the fucking big donations. We love you. I'm trying to get to other comments here. Isaiah says, I hope Billy will return in the RE series. I don't like the first-person perspective. Well, yeah, I mean, some people have a preference. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be... I think you're going to have fans of both remakes and, the new games, but they're just trying to take on their own thing. Are there any rhinoplasty officers in South Jersey? I don't know what that is. John Lumley. New Sound says, hey, bro, hope you've been well. What's your serious opinion on R8 being VR? It was such an amazing gaming experience for me. I would hate it for it not to be. Well, I mean, look, they might go VR, but I personally think they might not worry about it. I think they might focus more on the game than VR support this time. Because why wouldn't they even mention it? I don't know, maybe it's too early, but I don't know, man. I just have a feeling it won't be. But I mean, if it is, hopefully they focus more on... I just hope it focuses more on, I don't know. It's just one of those things where sometimes, you could try to get pent up in making it like a VR game. It's like when you watch a 3D movie, right? I watched Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. But if you watch that movie and you don't watch it in 3D, you'll notice that all the characters are starting to do stuff that's supposed to be in VR or supposed to be in 3D. You get what I'm saying. It's one of those things where they're pointing stuff at the camera, or their hand is right here holding out an eyeball, right? And you got to, and it's when you don't watch it in 3D, you're kind of okay, so that was kind of there for VR or there for 3D. And I got the same thing with RE7. It's there for VR. I just didn't, I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying. That's why I don't know if they're going to even attack that again. They might, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm very excited for the Village. Ryan Redfield, what's going on? I read they canceled RE8 for PS4, which is such BS. I don't even think they planned on making it for PlayStation 4. So I didn't hear anything about a cancellation or even them confirming that it was on the last gen. Steven Burnside with a $2 super chat just says, just here to thank you for all the chill streams. No problem, Steve Burnside. We got you. I'm actually half Romanian, so I'm definitely excited, says CamMA. That's awesome. Just in memory says Stars coming in hot. Yes, coming in hot with the donations. Support. Neelax says the fetus in the RE8 sigil they shared seems to have potato or root vegetable vibes. Trailer focus on potatoes. Is there a connection there? I don't know. I think that fetus is going to be a big topic of theory and discussion. That's something we're going to talk about more in the new episode of the Let's Talk Resident Evil podcast that we are going to be recording tonight. And we're probably going to be posting it Wednesday or Thursday. Probably Thursday, because I can post it during the day before Last of Us 2 comes out. And, it'll be awesome. But, yeah, there's going to be a lot of discussion around, what's in it. What does it follow? So it just depends. It just depends on what they do with it. But I think they did mention, that for a reason. I think they wanted to get fans excited for it. And if they do anything like Resident Evil 7, with Resident Evil 7, it's interesting because they had the teaser that kept getting updated, like the trailer, right? Or the demo, I should say, that it would have a trailer connected to it. But you would play it and it would be updated, and you would have fans, go online and try to stream and find out what's going on. And it's like a different thing. So they had a different vibe for that. And I thought that was kind of cool because for any of you that were around on the channel back then, I was streaming Resident Evil 7, the demo, and like I remember one time I got like, I think it was like, I don't even know, it was like closer to like 2,000 people on a stream. It was probably the most I've ever gotten, even like before the Legacy series and all that stuff. It was probably the highest viewed stream that I ever did and it was random because it was before I had like a proper streaming setup, but I did it on the PS4, and it was like the shitty like boxed window, and then it had your like profile picture in the corner, like that kind of stream setup, and people were just coming in like randomly. Like I was just streaming to, maybe 15 people, maybe, because back then on the channel I only had like, I don't even know, maybe like 3,000 to 4,000, like right in between there. So it was weird. And, but again, like you hype it up by getting people, invested. Like they're thinking about it. They're talking. What does the dummy finger do? Where's it going? And how do you can you try this and make this appear? Like, how do you get certain things to trigger? Like, if they do that kind of approach again, that would actually be kind of cool because, you really don't know if they're going to have anything like that again. But at the same time, I just thought that was interesting. I definitely think it was interesting. They have a lot of stuff that they can easily release. And if there is a demo, they could put a demo out on PS4, but I don't know. They're probably just going to wait for the 5. Let me say here. Handsome Ed says they did. It was officially coming to PS4. Really? Why would they just announce it and then not and then disregard it? Yeah, I would like a RE8 PS5. That'd be fucking cool if it launches with it. It's going to be next. It's not going to launch with it, but like if it launches with it in the first year, they can always do a special edition console because they can get away with it because it's brand new. What are you gonna do? Say they can't release like a blood red console or some crazy shit or a fucking crazy, I don't know if people would want to have a console with like this weird fetus logo on it. I mean, the collectors would, but like most people, you know what I mean? There'd probably only be like 5 of them made, and it'd be like, all right, it's gonna be like $1,000 on eBay. Looking forward to hear you and John's thoughts on the fetus clue that the dev showed. I'm completely stumped. I didn't see any other clues other than the developer's message. But again, like this is information we're gonna get for the show. I already have a thing of notes that I made earlier this morning, writing down stuff that I want to make sure that's talked about, and all the other hints and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to try to follow it every step of the way. So, Isaiah says, congrats on getting where you are on YouTube. I remember a few years before RE2 Remake, I watched your RE game collections. Yeah, we still do the collection updates. I've been doing them. I've done 53 of them or something like that, or 50 something. So the next one hasn't been recorded yet, but it has the RE3 Collector's Edition in it. It actually has the RE3 Laced Records vinyl in it. I just have to get around to shooting it and then posting it. But I did do an unboxing of the RE3 Collector's Edition on the stream, on the Legacy series. We featured it on our long, lengthy stream. So that's why I didn't do like a specific unboxing video or anything like that. But you'll see it in the collector's update and the collection videos. Let me see here. Black Tiger says, I remember Anthony from from back then when RE6 was the newest. Watched all collection videos and reviews. Good old times. I think the channel was called something very different, though. Yeah, the channel back then was Resident Evil 9888. And then it changed to Jill Sandwich. And it was Jill Sandwich 988. And then it changed to Let's Talk Resident Evil. A PS5 is the fetus drawn on it. Hey, man, they can easily do it. They could do it. Distant Memory says, hi, Anthony. I'm proud to say, after some trial and error by adjusting the camera settings and sitting farther away in RE7 demo, I don't get motion sickness. I can now play RE7 and RE8. Well, that's awesome. I'm happy that you're able to find a setting that works. You know, I know it's different for a lot of people, and it's hard. Who are those guys that come with Chris? They don't look like Blue Umbrella agents to me. Yeah, I don't know. The ninja shit, they don't look like Umbrella agents. Who fucking knows? They could be anybody. Yeah, Isaiah, I'm probably going to get the consoles day one at this point. You know, yeah, I mean, like, a lot of the consoles are going to be, they're going to be released in different times, probably, like, between, like, 2 weeks, maybe, like, at different times, maybe the Xbox or PS5, but it's going to be an exciting year. I'm just excited to get out of jail, because it feels like these consoles, we've been in prison for so long, you know, with these consoles, like, we're just ready to move on, I think. We're ready to get another, just another gen full of fresh games and ideas. And as you guys saw, you know, like, I don't know, man. Like, that PS5 event, like, it really picked up towards, like, the last quarter of it. But holy shit, man, that thing was fucking, that was just brutal for me. I mean, you know what I mean? But I'm speaking for myself, but holy shit, man. Not sponsored by Monster, but there is Monster. Don't you think that when the farmer guy grabs his mouth to keep him quiet, it seemed to be in a VR perspective, says New Sounds? I don't know. To me, it just looked like a first-person perspective, but... In the trailer, there's a shot of a woman sitting holding a baby, and someone said her face looks like Julia Valls. Now I can't unsee it anymore. Thank you, I can't even talk. HS Anthony says, awesome Frankenstein. I was trying to read the comment and read the name. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got that at Smithsville, in Smithsville, New Jersey. Chris being bad in the trailer is just like when Capcom showed Jill's tombstone in RE5. The payoff will be just as lame, I bet, says Handsome Hanson. I don't know, man. Can't knock it until you see it, but it depends. I didn't see the new Silent Hill leaks, Poria, but, you know, I'm sure there's going to be another game on the 5. Like, I'm sure there'll be. Just a member says someone on Twitter was saying that they theorized that RE8 deals with some kind of blood virus, with Alex Wesker trying to use Ethan's infected blood to stay young and resurrect Albert again. Yeah, I mean, they can easily connect those stories. I wouldn't be surprising if they actually had some kind of connection and they just stopped doing Revelations and they kind of just tied it in together. You know, that kind of thing. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Brandon P says, hey, Anthony wanted to say that RE8 has me excited beyond belief due to its dark winter aesthetic. But I agree. The PS5 event was brutal for me, too, until halfway through. Yeah, like, as soon as you had, like, food coming to life and you had all those, like, indie games and stuff like that, man, I don't know. Like, I was telling John the other day, I was like, Nintendo does it right. Nintendo, like, has their own shit with indie games. But this is just like, come on. Why do you got to take up half the fucking event with it? You know, bring the games. Grant says, will Chris have a customizable Wang in RE8? That's the feature. That's the PS5 feature, making Keanu super hung when I get Cyberpunk. Holy shit. Well, actually, I do have the Cyberpunk Xbox One console. So maybe I'll be able to actually play. I'll be able to find out if that's true about Keanu, Grant, when we play it on the Xbox. But No, I don't know if they're going to do that, Grant. Who knows? Maybe he'll start punching boulders with it. I mean, anything can happen in the world of Resident Evil. Stonk says, does Ethan still have the virus from 7? He gets point blank shot and the guy doesn't flinch. Yeah, we talked about that on the breakdown, and it's like he just eats the bullets, like, and that's it, and like nothing said about it. So I guess we're just set to assume that. Like, I'm sure they put that in there on purpose. NeilX44 says, "What's your mindset of RE8? Hopeful or worried?" I think I'm hopeful. I think what I've seen so far has been very fun. It looks different and refreshing. So it looks like it's going to be an interesting game, something that's really fun. So I don't know. I'm hopeful now, but until I see something that doesn't make me so hopeful, or play and experience it, and I'm not too wowed by it. Critical Care says, you guys streaming Last of Us and RE4 Mercenaries. So tonight we're going to be playing Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries as the Legacy series, because we're not going to stop doing the Legacy series. It's still going. And we're going to be doing that around 8 p.m., 8 or 8:30, whenever. Probably 8 o'clock, because John will probably be done around 7. So we are going to be going live there. And then on Wednesday, John is going to be playing Last of Us, just him. He's going to be streaming Last of Us on the channel. And I've played Last of Us like 7 years ago on the channel, so I played Last of Us like a long time ago. Did a Let's Play of it, and the Let's Play was on the PS3 version that was like 20 frames per second or 25 frames per second. It's crazy. But yeah, so then we never did the remaster on the channel, but John is going to be playing The Last of Us on his own. I won't be there for that stream. I'm going to be streaming Wednesday night with Perry, and then Thursday night I'm going to be getting ready for Last of Us 2 to come out. The big question is, are we going to be playing, Last of Us 2 on the channel? And yeah, we will be. Definitely by next week we will be. But I want to experience it on my own, and John wants to experience it on his own, so when we come to the stream, we'll have experience with it. And maybe we can, do something different with it. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be really cool. And we put the poll up as well to ask if people are going to want to see other survival horror games and stuff like that featured on the channel, which we've had in the past. I mean, Christ, you can go back to the playlist and find a Spider-Man Let's Play that I did on List Feels and stuff like that. But we did a poll, and we are, excited to say that a lot of people voted. And I did a Dead Space Let's Play. That's right, Diamond Rattler. I did a Dead Space Let's Play. I did an Eternal Darkness LP. We did Silent Hill 1 and 2, 2 years ago almost. So, and we did a Silent Hill 3 Let's Play up until December of last year, because RE3 kind of had our focus. But again, we've done this stuff before. So, but now we're just going to be bringing it to the live stream setting. I played Manhunt, Mitchell. It's a great game. But yeah, we're going to be playing Last of Us 2 on the channel. Diamond Rattler, what's going on? Sorry, the chat's moving really fast, so I'm trying to get everyone's comments here. Yeah, that's going to be that is going to be challenging. The Superman 64. Well, that's the thing too. So Superman, we'll probably have another. That's something we could probably do, like on Twitch or something like that. Just so it's not too, hit against the algorithm. I think John talked to you about that, but we're gonna stream that for you, man. We're just gonna, if we do it, because on here, that's the thing. It's like the way we're gonna do the streams and the way we're gonna be doing it. It's very calculated and it's thought out. So we basically are gonna start planning out, all the Resident Evil stuff, because we're going to be streaming Resident Evil every single month, and we're going to be doing content every single month. So it's one of those things where it's like, we're going to be doing a poll, like for stuff that people want to see us play that is in the realm of survival horror, or something that can blend well with Resident Evil, because we've done it in the past. I've done it in the past. I've literally been doing it for literally since 10 years ago when the channel started. I did like a Spider-Man Let's Play just because my other account got suspended on YouTube, and I felt the need to like redo it, so I just did it, and my channel was still Resident Evil namesake, you know what I mean? So stuff like that. As Isaiah says, asks, have you played Spider-Man PS4? I've not yet, but I should. Will you guys be doing another Legacy series to build up to Village? Probably. We'll probably do something, because I know that's something a lot of people are going to want to see again. If we were to do it, we would probably do it a little bit differently, in regards to maybe like stipulations or voting. Like, we would make it interesting. Yeah, sorry guys. I know you guys are asking a lot of Resistance questions in the chat. Carly McAdams just asks, Anthony, when are you guys going to play our Resistance with the LTR community? We are going to do that, because to be honest with you guys, like, that's a whole block of streams just there, is Resistance streams with the fans and with the members. You know what I mean? We promised the members that they're going to get first dibs, and then we were going to also do it with the just normal community that wants to play it on whatever. And now that all the updates are coming out and it's like fixed and they're adding all the characters, I think it's appropriate for us to tackle it once it's like done, and then like we can definitely play it with you guys during the summer months. We'll have, we're not going to stop working, because we're still working our full-time jobs and everything like that, and we're balancing everything, right? So there's going to be days or weeks where me and John are always going to get together to stream for one day, but then John will probably stream on his own on one day, and then I'll stream on my own. Like, we can tackle different games or different related stuff. The Legacy series, though, usually we're always together, and most of our streams are always together. Usually you're going to get 1 to 2 streams every week together. You know what I mean? We're going to try to do as often as we can. We're working out the schedule and stuff like that. And a lot of people in the chat say our Resistance is good, our Resistance is bad. But that is a stream that me and John would obviously do together. Or we can easily do it to where, like, I'm here playing on my computer and then John's playing on his computer, right? Like, if we're playing on PC or console, whatever the case may be, because we have Resident Evil 3 on everything. So at this point, we can just play it. So we're probably going to do something like that, because Resistance can be done like that. Like, if we do a Discord server for Resistance, like part of the LTRE Discord, which you can join down in the description, so we're going to do that, and I think that would be kind of cool, just because we do owe it to the members and the fans as well. And, just because it'd be cool for us to, like, experience it together, whether you've played it already or haven't. And plus, it'll just give us something else to stream, because it's just another streaming idea, And that's one of the things that the community was really excited about, because it's something that we can actually play together as a team. Because every other Resident Evil game up until this point, like, it's just been a co-op experience, so you're only playing with one other person. So at least with this, besides like the versus mode in RE6 and stuff, I know that was a thing, but that wasn't that good. I can't say anything for Resistance. I'm only taking the chat's word for it, but I don't know. Ryan Redfield says, well, let me read Distant Memories right here. Hey, RE, I can see why, this is Juan. Hey, I see a RE8 inspired RE4. You could tell in the trailer it had a survival horror vibe. I think it has a chance to be great. Me too, Juan. Me too. Distant Memory says, I have a feeling that Resident Evil 8 will have a strong RE 3.5 vibe through the whole game, but Remake 4 will be way more reimagined than Remake, and be a lot like RE 3.5. That'd be nuts. Yeah, I don't mind them taking elements or trying something they wanted to do before and just putting it into another remake or another sequel. And like some people said, they may reuse assets and stuff like that. I mean, of course they will. I'm sure they will. From 8 to 4. I mean, the 8 to 4 remake. Ryan Redfield says, just out of curiosity, what difficulty will you start for Last of Us Part 2? I don't know, honestly. I mean, I'm going to personally start mine on normal, because I feel like that is, I I feel like that's a good, because what I did for Last of Us 1, it shows you just how big of a Last of Us fan I am. Last of Us, that game, man, I mean, like playing through that on the PlayStation 4, you know, like PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, but when I did it on the 4, I had to, like, I wanted to get the platinum, so I was like so into getting the platinum, and I was super into just like beating it on all the modes. So I beat it on normal, then I beat it on hard, then I beat it on survival, then I beat it on survival plus, then I beat it on grounded, then I had to beat it on grounded plus. Like, I actually have all the achievements trophies in The Last of Us, plus the versus mode stuff. And like, I spent like staying up all night in like August of like 2014 when the remaster came out, of just like playing it and playing it and playing it and playing it, because you had to like, you had to like, I don't know, you just had to do. So because I've tackled all those modes, I'm not bad at The Last of Us. So I'm probably going to do hard mode. I know you guys are busting my balls. You guys are busting the fucking. All right, no. Listen to me. Listen, we'll do hard, because I'm confident in The Last of Us. Like, I'm confident that when we do Last of Us 2, I'm going to play on hard and it's going to be fine. And that's how I prefer to play the game. I like the game hard. And I like how you guys are fucking, as I'm explaining this, you guys are like, normals for babies. Normals, how, like Isaiah, he's like, oh, normal, how old are you, 40? Yeah, exactly. So, no, I like the harder modes, and I'm going to go back and do some of the other harder modes on the channel. I wouldn't, because like I said, I getting that platinum was a real fulfilling moment. So, for me, I mean, I put a lot of hours into Last of Us. So, Lucas says, how impact the pandemic of COVID in the video game industry, how it impacted the video game industry is basically what you're asking. I mean, the development and launch a game. Well, I mean, it doesn't seem to be stopping, anybody in regards to releasing, because it seems like, at first it seemed like stuff was going to get delayed in regards to game consoles, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I think they're going to come out in November. Some games definitely are going to get delayed, though. Like, you're right. I definitely think the launch might have been more of a punch, but it needs to be, because like, you need to sell these consoles, so I don't know. I just think that there should be, if they're not coming out in 2020, like, put a lot of the better games out in 2021, because a lot of stuff was like wrapping up, you know what I mean? So a lot of these games were in development for a long time. So hopefully we have a good generation despite some setbacks. I think it's good that, that they're still able to show us something, because I think a lot of people were getting restless in regards to seeing a console, seeing the design, seeing how much it is, so, and here's the thing. We haven't seen the price yet, haven't seen the price, haven't seen anything yet. So, will people want to spend the money? I mean, me being in a retail environment, same thing with John, this holiday season is going to be the most different thing in the fucking world, because there just isn't, it's just going to be weird. So, but then you're going to have the people that are still going to want to come out and spend money, and they're going to want to get the consoles. I mean, these consoles are going to sell out. I guarantee it. I think people are going to have their way, and they're going to want to buy the shit. So, but, we'll see. We'll see. What is my game of the year so far? Well, that's what Black Tiger asks. And do you think Last of Us 2 will dethrone it? I think my game of the year so far, yeah, for me right now, it's Resident Evil 3. I mean, I really haven't. I mean, I played Doom Eternal, so that's like really, like, RE3 and Doom Eternal are fantastic games in my opinion. But Last of Us 2 could dethrone it. That's a conversation that we can definitely have at the end of the game. Once I kind of experience it, because I think once, because like with RE3, I played it like a bunch of times, like right in when it was released, like over and over and over and over and over again, right? And then like, so you do that, and then it's like, okay, what now? You know what I mean? Like you do that, and then you're like, okay, what am I gonna play next? So I haven't played like a lot of other of like newer games out there like other people have. So for me, Last of Us 2 is like the bigger release that I'm waiting for, and I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. Yeah, it's a good point. Distant Memories, how they had a story about a werewolf in the comic, in the RE comic, and now here we are. It's funny. It's funny how that stuff works sometimes. Safe the Edge, what's going on, man? Most silly looking RE creature. I don't even know. It's the most silly looking thing. It's probably something. Probably, probably like the final boss in Dead Aim. I mean, what the fuck? That's pretty silly to me. What's going on, Eli? Alan Wake in Control. Alan Wake would be cool. Yeah, I've never actually played Alan Wake. Bakir Hadzik says, please say hello to Bosnia and Herzegovina. What's going on? There's your little shout out. Sorry, it's hard to pronounce, but I hope you're doing well. You think Leon will be in RE8? I don't think so. What are your thoughts on RE8? I mean, I'm actually pretty stoked on it, and I'm staying hopeful and excited, and I'm really hoping it's just, I like it a little bit better than how I like 7. But I know that there's a lot of people that are going to be coming into the videos and into the streams that are new to the channel that are going to say that, that it's going to be, I don't know, like, some people don't want us to, I don't know, they have this like stigma that, of 7, and 7 has a stigma with us and how we feel about it. So like, I don't know, some people hear our opinions and they might not like it because they're like, well, a lot of the casual people like 7. So it's not like 7 was the worst game ever made, but I never played Remember Me, Eli. I think like me and Perry talked about it on the show, but on Game Complainers, but I don't remember that either. Yeah, so yeah, big. It's an exciting. It's gonna be an exciting couple of months as far as like news and stuff like that. That's awesome, Callie. Hope you're feeling better. Got the goddamn sun poisoning. The Jersey sun never fails. Ryan Redfield says the silliest looking RE creature, in my opinion, is the hunters from the GameCube remake. Good enemies, but man, the designs. Yeah, they're okay. I guess they weren't like the greatest, but they weren't. I guess they weren't the silliest. I never, I don't know, like the design I liked more, because if anything, I mean I definitely think RE3 had like amazing hunter designs, because it's like the most real we've ever seen them in the RE engine. Big fan of that design. I don't think enough people talk about that in regards to like hunters. Stacy Williams says, hey Anthony, did you ever play Until Dawn? Until Dawn, I have, actually. I've never played it on the channel. in the past, but that is another amazing game that is so underrated. And shame on you, Sony, for not promoting that game more when that came out, because it just wasn't promoted enough. And, I know it was originally on the PS3, and then it got slated to the PS4, and the frame rate in that game is like really, it's not great, but it does drop a lot. But I hope that if they ever come out with like a PlayStation 5 version, that it will run really good. And an empty box, I do own the Gamecom version of RE2. Shout out to Carlos Cruz who sent that to me. Let's see. Fatal Frame 2. Yeah, there's so many great horror and darker games and elements that, stuff that we would like to see. And again, what we would like to do is, again, vote on some other streams. And, we're never going to stream a game that isn't Resident Evil and not supplement it with other Resident Evil stuff or content or streams, because it's never just going to be a different game on this channel. The channel name is Let's Talk Resident Evil, so that's always the core of what it is. And we always, again, doing stuff like Last of Us, doing stuff like Last of Us 2. We've done stuff like that on the channel. I've done Dead Space 1. I would like to do Dead Space 2 and 3 on the channel. A lot of people want me to do Until Dawn on the channel. You know what I mean? John wants to play Last of Us because, he actually really liked that game, but he wants to refresh himself and kind of get himself into, the world that is Last of Us before we get into 2. So that's going to be cool to see on the channel. So we'll see different perspectives. What do you think of the game Scorn? I haven't seen Scorn. Evil Within 2, I actually did enjoy Evil Within 2. I just never actually finished it, but that's something I can always go back and finish. Sam, I think it's because they always have a plan. Like, they're always going. They always have multiple teams working on stuff. Steven the Dude says Evil Within 1 was underrated or hated, but I love it. Yeah, I loved it. I did a Let's Play on that when it came out in 2014. And at the time, like, not a lot of people watched it because, again, it wasn't like Resident Evil, but I still did it anyway. And the people that did watch it did enjoy it. It was an old traditional Let's Play format. And I started the Evil Within 2 on live stream, but unfortunately just stuff got in the way and I just never was able to finish it. Carly McAdams says, Anthony, what's your opinion on Alien Isolation? I love Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation's amazing, but oh my god, that game, I remember I got it on PC in 2014, and holy fuck, that game made me rage quit so many times between, like, the working Joes and the alien spawning, like, later in the game, and you have to get, like, a flamethrower and attack and stuff like that. It was just so difficult, and it's a long game. Like, that game's like 17 chapters or something crazy, and oh my god, that alien is a bitch. Like, that AI is actually creepy. Like, that game can make you jump. It can make you actually frightened because of the AI. But it's such an amazing game, and I think that's another game that, came out after Colonial Marine, so I think some people might have, like, turned away from an Alien game, but I liked Alien Isolation. And I know it's on the Switch and it's on everything, and I'm happy that, like, people can play all of it and experience it. That's another great game. Tension's crazy, definitely. Let's see. William Willis says, how about Alone in the Dark? The New Nightmare. Pretty good RE clone and goes for pennies. Yeah, that's another one. I did rent that back in the day on PlayStation. And I remember, like, getting into it, and then I had to return it and never finished it. Yeah, Evil Within 2 kind of flew under the radar. Sorry, I want to get Eli's comment. RE8 is going to lead into Marvel vs. Capcom. I can feel it. Yeah. I love Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, it's crazy. Would you guys try Man of Medan? I don't know what that is. Medan? I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, John Lumley. It did. The pacing was a little weird in isolation, but it definitely it still was solid. I'd love to see another one. It is a longer game, but I think for me it felt longer because I was getting stuck. That's the main thing. It's like I was getting stuck, and it's like you know it's impossible to even maneuver in that game sometimes when you're trying to go around everything, and then the alien just drops and it's over. Oh, it's by the same guys who made Until Dawn. Okay, well I am. You have my ear. I mean that's actually that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, Until Dawn 2 was kind of Until Dawn was one of those games. It kind of flew under the radar. Unfortunately. But I think the people that did play it and they replayed it and had different people survive and made different decisions and talked to this person or hated that person, like however you went about it. It's the second Until Dawn. Anyone play Cold Fear? That was okay. Yeah, Cold Fear is another one that I've never played, but a lot of people want to see that on the channel, because it's like Ooh, I did not mean to do that. There we go. I just wanted to do that. Distant Memory says, have you played Trag? Oh my god, I know about Trag. I haven't played it, but shout out to Retsupre and all those guys. Slow Beef, Diabetes, all them over at Retsupre. They did a long play of that or a wrong prey. Oh my god, that shit's bad. It's really bad. It's like an anime styled RE clone. And what Distant Memory said, that's like the best way to describe it. Like you won't even believe it until you see it. Like I could explain it, but it's fucking crazy. All right. Haunted Ground would be dope. Cold Fear 2. Haunted Ground would be cool. Yeah, just and I want to base it off of stuff that like you guys want to watch, right? Like I don't want to just like have like me and John just play like random fucking games like by ourselves or together. Like this is a community based channel, and like I said, the Resident Evil content is always going to be here, and streams are always going to be here every single week. So it's one of those things where it's like the extra games that you guys want us to see, I want you guys to decide on it because we can start working in polls. Like we're already having members and other polls decide on what the Legacy series, what direction it goes in, and what we do first. So like again, like that's all up to you guys. Damer 1998 just came out on consoles today. Yeah, I did hear about that. Cry of Fear. I haven't played that, Damien Poe. I haven't played that at all. Have you played Detroit Become Human? It's better than Until Dawn, in my opinion. I haven't played that as Isaiah. Yeah, I'll check out Daymare because that's something I actually want to play. Have you done Dino Crisis? Yes, Steven the Dude. We've done Dino Crisis 1 and 2. There's a playlist on the channel. So we have done Dino Crisis. We attempted Dino Crisis 3. We left that Let's Play unfinished because that game is fucking terrible. And that was also something that was voted on. So we're going to be doing some stuff on the Resident Evil movies. Alien Warforce, we had a member poll vote on one of the podcasts this month of June is us rewatching Resident Evil 2002 and talking about it. So yeah, we're going to be sharing our thoughts on each movie eventually. But that was like the first one. I was like, let me just put this poll out. And then John was like, really? We're going to be doing that? I'm like, we have to do it. It's time to talk about the Resident Evil movies. We've talked about them years ago, but we're going to be talking about them in a new light, like an actual constructed review. All the good, all the bad, the funny shit, like all that stuff. You and John should play Deadly Premonition on here. I've heard of it. I've never played it. But as long as it's kind of in that realm. Steven the Dude says, what about the CGRE movies? Never saw the last one. The CGRE movies are actually really good. We did do a review on them as well. If you just go to our review section or listen to our podcast, we did a podcast on Vendetta, which was the last one that came out. Hi, my friend. I'm from the UK, says Son Goku. Ian, what's going on? Um, glad to have everyone here. Ghost Particles has just found your channel. Enjoy the RE8 deep dives. Well, thank you for joining Let's Talk Resident Evil, and hope you're with us every step of the way. We're going to be doing some really cool live streams, some really cool Resident Evil streams. We're doing some Last of Us 2 next week. We're doing some cool shit. So, to fill in the time between more news, because, of course, as soon as Resident Evil news drops, we're on it. And we're doing a bunch of stuff, so you guys will not miss a beat. Just like Resident Evil 3, if you guys were around for the Resident Evil 3 run, we covered that thing from December to April. Like, we just did it. Thoughts on the upcoming RE Netflix series? Really hoping it's solid. I hope it's solid. I really don't want them to fuck anything up, because if they do, I'm going to be upset. Because I'm tired of, like, the constant, like, studio input of them trying to do all these, like, trendy things. It's like, just make it like Resident Evil. You know what I mean? Just make it like Resident Evil. Moon's Donut says hello from Surname. What's going on? Are you interested in Dragon Ball? I did watch Dragon Ball Z uncut a lot growing up because it was on Cartoon Network, and I really do like Dragon Ball. I haven't seen the whole thing, though. John Lemmy says, Deadly Premonition is kind of like Twin Peaks, but it's a very bizarre game that has a lot of issues, but it's definitely unique and stands out on its own. I'm going to have to look more into that. Have you played the Thing game from PS2 and Xbox? I do have that game on Xbox. I bought it from Bandit Video, I think. Yeah. I think so. I'm pretty sure I got that from Bandit Video. I don't know. But, yes, I did that. But it's a great game. That's another game I like to play. Do you think Chris is going to be evil in 8? I think so. But I feel like there's something more here. I think there's something more we're missing. Obviously, they're not going to tell us. But I did play Carriogram on the Dreamcast. That was okay. Very dark game. Like, just to play that game on stream, we would have to, like, seriously adjust our settings. Like, that game is dark. Like, it's kind of almost like how, like, Silent Hill uses the fog in its advantage. Carrier uses the darkness to its advantage, if that makes sense. Blazing lasers on TurboGrafx 16? I don't think so, John Lumley. Ryan Riffle says, what did any of the RE games have running zombies? Wait, did any of the RE games have running zombies? Ganados and Magenius from 4 and 5 don't count. No, they never had actual, like, running zombies. Not like Left 4 Dead or anything like that. Besides Crimson Heads, because they technically run. So it depends on how you categorize it. They've had faster zombies in the past, so yes. Zamasu says, interested in the Halo series. I'm a big fan of Halo. Can't wait for Halo Infinite. But I haven't played Alan Wake, Lucas. That's another one I want to play. It's a great game, I heard. Just America said, I'd love to see a reimagined RE5 in the style of the older story, where one where Umbrella played a much larger role with running zombies and lickers, plus a full-blown tyrant. I'd love that. Yeah, I mean, hey, at this point, they can change whatever they want. Hopefully, they, you know, if they continue to do it, they continue to hit it out of the park. What do you think about Cyberpunk 2077? Are you interested in the game? I've been, looking forward to it, to be honest. And you guys ready for a story? Ready for story time? Story time. So I got my hands on a Cyberpunk Xbox One, and it's all because this guy at my job was returning it, didn't want it, just didn't want it, wanted to return it, and I bought it. So I have the Project Scorpio edition, and I also have the Cyberpunk console, which is kind of crazy because the bottom glows in the dark, and it comes with a crazy-ass stand, and it makes a great sound when you turn it on. It's kind of cool. I'm a fan of those consoles. I have the God of War God of War PS4. I have the Scorpio edition of the X, and then the Cyberpunk Xbox. But my point of that is that it's weird. It's called like direct direct digital or something, or digital direct or something like that. Normally when games come with consoles, they come with codes. You put the code in, whatever. This, it's like connected to the Microsoft account that you set the console up with. It like preloads it into the console. The data's in there, but it like recognizes it. And so it's like you don't put in a code. It just knows that it's on that console. So the Scorpio edition was the first edition of the X, and the Xbox X, and because it was a limited edition X, because of course, as you guys know, it was called Project Scorpio. That was the Xbox original project name, and so it says Project Scorpio on the Xbox, and the controller is Project Scorpio. Do you guys want to see the console? Let me get the console. I want to show you the console. Okay, so let me show you the front. This is the Cyberpunk. Some of this stuff's like etched into the console. It's really cool. And you have the top, which looks fucking cool. Just gotta show this thing off. This thing is beautiful. And these things are extremely rare. Really rare. Here's the back. And this one also like runs a lot faster than my Scorpio edition. It seems to start up quicker, faster. I don't know. But one of the cool parts about this thing, because they want you to put it on a fucking stand, which I don't do because I have I have a new cat, and like I don't want him knocking this shit down. This part glows in the dark. So that is, yeah, no, sorry. I know my volume was low because I moved the mic away from from my mouth because I had to show you the console. But yes, that's the Cyberpunk console. You wanted to see it? You got it. Kind of looks like Star-Lord's Walkman. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Star-Lord. Love Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, so Cyberpunk's something I'll be playing. A Cyberpunk RE spinoff would be kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Tommy, what's going on? The Outlast Trials? I didn't see that trailer. Nice Elm Street shirt. Thank you, Steven. Do you think they will use some assets from RE8 to RE4 Remake? Like the castle scenery? Yeah, I think so, but I don't think they'll make it look exactly the same. Because if they make it look exactly the same, like if they just copy them, you know what I mean? Like I think they might reuse some indoor elements and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, Lucas, I think when the game launches, it's automatically just installs onto the console, which is cool. And you know, you would think when someone would return something like that, like there'd be something fucked up with it, but the guy just didn't want it. And one of the managers was like, you know, are you sure you don't want this? Because this is kind of valuable. And he's like, nope, I don't want it. Looks like a save point on Alien Isolation. Yeah, it does. Best Resident Evil game for me, or my favorite, Bakir, is Resident Evil 3. Nemesis, the original. Eli says we need real Resident Evil 4 Leon and Claire and Chris Jill coming together to form the Megazord and destroy Umbrella, or Megazord and destroy Umbrella. Yeah, like I don't. But see, Eli though, it's obviously it's like that, but you're not wrong though. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where it's like they can always like retell stories and make more characters come together and make it a little bit more. I don't know, just like make it more connected with those characters, because I think at some point in the series a lot of the characters are just kind of scattered and then they come together and then they're like, oh, then they're gone again. It's like a whole thing. So it's like redoing 4, 5, and 6, if they do the whole trilogy, they can like retell the tale a little bit. Did you enjoy The Witcher 3, Anthony? I haven't played it, but like my friends have been telling me to play that for years, and I've pissed them off several times in saying that I haven't played it yet. So I probably should just fucking play it, because it's probably on PC for like cheap, and I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Dismemory says, what do you think about the phrase in R8 that says his story comes to a close? It seems like a fake out for us to throw us off. Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like it might be Chris's story that comes to an end. That's just how I feel. Who knows, though? Do you think they will skip main Ari story during 8 and just mention it at the end a bit like RE4? I don't know. You know, they might, but my thing is like I wanted them to kind of intertwine more of the other stuff from the other games. So if stuff like Alex Wesker and all that stuff is true, which we'll see, I wouldn't be like mad about that, because that's still taking stuff from like the Revelation games or stuff from, you know what I mean? So Druvo DZ says, any news about DMC6? Not yet. Devil May Cry is another game that a lot of people want us to play on the channel. So that's another series that a Capcom series that we haven't dived into, but I have played the first one. Daniel says, hello, I may be your first deaf viewer here in the chat, but I want to say I'm glad to see there's closed captions on the screen during the chat. Well, Daniel, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I hope the captions come through for this. Daniel, thank you so much for your love and support, man. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you. Bendufsky says, hey, Anthony, thanks for following me on Twitter. Encouraged me to start with YouTube again. Well, that's awesome. That's so fucking cool. Yeah, man. I'm happy that, you know, anybody that gets into the series from the videos and gets into everything, we appreciate that. Ghost Particle says Dead Space I'd recommend too if you haven't played it. Oh, I played all Dead Space. I played all 3, and we did feature it on the channel. Like I did a Let's Play of it in 2014. It's been a while, but I did. Anton says, well, time to grab some food and pass out. Got off work a few hours ago. Thank you for the content. Listening to the podcast during graveyard shift is really fun. Pretty hyped for RE8. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy. There you are. Do you watch any other Resident Evil channels? Yes. I do watch Nuge over on Resident Evil Challenger. Nuge is doing a lot of cool stuff, and I was actually, you know, able to talk to him on a call conversation, and it was really just really surreal and crazy. And I actually have a package from him that I'm probably going to do another video of me unboxing, because it's just because it deserves an unboxing video. And you know, if it wasn't for him and those videos that I used to watch back in the day, yeah, I probably wouldn't be here. You know, I wouldn't have created the channel because of his videos. You know, so yeah, I watch Resident Evil Challenger, and I don't have time to watch a lot of other, you know, YouTubers and stuff like that, but that's one that I've always watched because Nuge has been on YouTube and been streaming since before streaming was even a thing. You know what I mean? You would have to like like they would have their live streams not on YouTube. It'd be a different website. Oops, sorry, I'm hitting the mic. It'd be a different website, and they would have to like limit the amount of viewers in there from their forums because like you couldn't have a certain amount of people in there. Like they couldn't have 114 of you that are in here right now in there because there just wasn't the bandwidth back then. So, you know, I respect that a lot, and you know, it's awesome. Let's see. Francisco says, I disappeared because I wanted to play Arthur Remake and I didn't have the money to do it day one, but now I'm back in the channel. Missed you guys. Hey, well, Francisco, thank you for coming. Let's see. His story comes to a close. RE8 jumps to Barry Burton having a heart attack somewhere at his home, then jumps back to the game. Wow, Capcom. Well, that would be... Well, why would you do me like that, Jill? Carly says, Ant, if community members request a Let's Play, do you guys take game donations? Because I want to see if you guys play Fatal Frame. I guarantee you will dig it. Absolutely. We're going to be opening a P.O. box probably by the end of the month. I have like a USPS place that isn't very far, and I can we could set something up to where if you guys want to donate games for Let's Play and stuff like that, sure, because that's Fatal Frame is something I've always wanted to play, and Fatal Frame is not cheap. Okay, it isn't cheap, so. You know, it doesn't even matter if you guys, you know, even if you to just donate or support the channel in any way, you don't have to send us those, you know, your copy or a copy, you know what I mean? Because sometimes that's more expensive versus like if we get donations from certain people and it adds up to something to afford the game that we can get. But I mean, that's great. Fatal Frames would be fucking awesome. But yeah, Carly, to answer that question, yes. Let's see. Do you think RE is going to have a good soundtrack? I hope, Garrett. That's a good question. I hope so. That's something we'll talk about tonight on the show. Zombie Slay says, I recommend Sphere Hunter, and I'll have to check those two out. Yes. I have seen Sphere Hunter stuff in the past. I don't, like, go out of my way to watch her, though. Let's see. Distant Memory says, what kind of things would you like to get based on what you have seen and know about RE8? For the inevitable limited edition. Probably something related to the village, maybe the castle, like a model of the castle. If they want to keep the same thing, if they wanted to keep the same thing, like style-wise, because we had the Baker House, maybe they would make this the castle. And then I would expect, like, you know, maybe, I mean, they could make it a model statue or something like that, but, I don't know. It's there's a lot of things they could actually do with that, but I don't know. Maybe a castle, something like a castle, or maybe one of the, because like I mean I would say like maybe a Chris Redfield statue. I think that'd be kind of cool. I would personally like that, because honestly, let's be honest here. If it's between an Ethan statue and a Chris statue, we're gonna take the fucking Chris statue, okay? So, I'm happy they changed the design too, Jeff. It just makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I hope the save room theme is really good. The music better loop, says Distant Memories. Yes, it needs to loop. Yeah, man. To the soundtrack, I hope they do something like that. Do you always get the limited edition Zombie Slayer? Yes, I do, because I have no self-control, and I have a collector's edition of Last of Us that is already on its way, shipping from Texas to get to my house for the release of Last of Us 2. Yeah, make it a wolf statue, yeah. Patriot says, how do you think Umbrella would have some involvement with RE8? Like people being inspired by Umbrella or formal agents from the company? Yeah, I don't know. There always should be a tie in there, and maybe it has a tie to do with Wesker in some way, or Alex Wesker in some way. I don't know. It's in that village, or it's within that. We saw it in the trailer, so they're trying to show it there for a reason. So let's see. What if it's a fat old Chris? Yeah. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool if you have him like a statue of him shooting Mia like on the. They would never do that, but hardest Resident Evil game for me is probably like Code Veronica or Zero. Like, but honestly, like Outbreak is fucking pretty difficult. Outbreak isn't as bad once you practice it, but I'm not good at Zero at all. Probably one of the better, like speaking of Nuge in the Resident Evil Challenge, probably one of the better playthroughs I've ever seen of Zero is what Nathan did. Like he would go through that game like nobody's business, and that was pretty crazy because I was never that good, but I inspired to be as good as Nathan at RE0 one day because that's fucking crazy. Ryan says, Anthony, were you and John happy to see Mia get shot in the face 5 times? Absolutely. And it made us all confused and excited. Resident Evil 8 copies Death Stranding limited edition, but RE8 packs a replica of that fetus. Oh God, no. Oh yeah, no. I hope not. I hope not. But I hope the statue is something better than that. It has to do with the connections that Lucas Baker was working for in 7. Okay, that's interesting. But I'm curious how that ties in with this cult shit, though. Nathan is the other part of Resident Evil Challenger, the YouTube channel that I watch. They do a bunch of stuff right now. Actually, I think he delayed the challenge date, I believe, but I know. I can actually see. I know he's streaming something soon. Yeah, Resident Evil Challenger. He just put up a. He's taking donations, and he raised almost $5,000 for the NHS Heroes charity. So he's taking a lot of events for that. Yeah, Resident Evil Challenger. Yeah, he's still doing some watch-alongs, some of the old stuff, but that's like the OG RE YouTube. Not even. I mean, it had a YouTube community because he would post the archives on it, but he was on website and forums back when forums were forums. Now forums are like dead. You know what I mean? Just because nobody uses forums anymore. So it's like, now it's all community and chat based, so it's different. Yeah, I think RE8 should have a midnight release Mario. I don't see why not. Something cool. Resident Evil 8 comes with a mannequin hand, but only the middle finger attached. Sticking up so Capcom can officially flip us off. Yeah, that was RE7 was the first, and then we'll actually get the finger, the middle finger. William Willis says, I reckon Alex Wesker has a thing for taking over a community and hanging people on hooks. Thinking of Revelations 2 and Lost in Nightmares has more clues to what RE8 could have in store. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious if they tie that all together. That'd be really cool. RE5 was trash, though. Handsome Hanson, we have to agree to disagree on that one. Top 3 best and worst Resident Evil games for me? Oh, man. Well, probably top 3 would be, Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3, the original. Resident Evil Remake. And probably original Resident Evil. Worst, worst. Survivor and Dead Aim and Gaiden. Gaiden's not even that bad, but it's like they're just not that good. Off topic, man. I'm wondering whether do you know little ASL, American Sign Language, or no? I don't. I do not, Daniel. I wish I did though, but I do not know that. Damien Posta said, do you have any other theories on what potential virus name could be in RE8? Something along Beast virus, Maybe the B virus for Beast. The Beast virus. Resident Evil the Village. Beast. The Beast DLC comes with a werewolf statue and a middle finger because Capcom does not like you. No, just kidding. The merchant in RE8 might be the gypsy. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Pearl says, hi, maybe Ethan not actually hurt from being shot from the old man in the trailer. It's because it's an hallucination. It could be, but I think it's real. Nikki the Kid says, an Ethan statue would just be a pair of hands with guns. Basically, that's all it would actually be. That's it. It would just be hands. That's funny. You did mention once that 7 was the worst for you. Yeah, I mean, it's up there. It's not like the worst because here's the thing: when you play through the Legacy series and we play through all the games, it kind of gives you a fresh perspective on like everything. And like 7 wouldn't even be on my top 5 worst. Maybe top 10, like definitely, but maybe not my top 5 worst. Maybe I don't know. Because like as a game, it's fine. It's just more like story and stuff. But like some of the games are just broken. That it's just impossible. You and John should try the Remothered Tormented Father sequel that's coming out in August. It's a great horror puzzle game. We'll check it out. Never actually heard of that. That would be fucking awesome. But we'll give it another 5 minutes, and any other questions you want me to answer, because I got some stuff I got to do before I head over to John and Dustin's, and we start the Legacy series tonight and around 8 o'clock. So we're going to be live streaming. This is live stream 1 of 2 for today. So, of course, we're going to be streaming Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries Leon and getting 5 stars on all the maps. If Jeff Shine is voicing Chris, I won't be able to stop thinking about Carlos. Yeah, it definitely did sound like Jeff Shine, but we obviously can't get a word yet on whether or not that's true. It's way too early to tell, but it definitely sounds like Jeff Shine. So, but shout out to Jeff. Such a cool guy. We had him on the show, and he was really cool, really nice. And Anthony, 4 or 5? For Resident Evil games, 4, definitely. Definitely Resident Evil 4 over 5. I like both, but 4 for sure. Willis says, I would like the virus to be based on progenitor like in 3.5 so we can see a virus we know and add it to the unseen effects instead of another new one. Yeah, possibly. If they tie it in like that. Stan says, Anthony, I'd love to see you play Bloodborne. Maybe. I mean, I know John really wants to play it on the channel, but I don't know. I really don't know about Bloodborne. I know it kind of fits the gothic horror themes and stuff, and maybe some of you want to see us play it, but like, it's not my type of game. But I'm not gonna like be closed-minded and not play it if it's something that the community like voted on. That's one of those games that would definitely have to be voted on, not like by default. Like we just play on a whim. You know what I mean? We always kind of want to base it off of what you guys want to see. The Hammer Beast monster would be the Pursuer? Maybe. Or it might be the Witch. Bendowski, I don't know. Or some kind of vampire. We don't know. They might out the Alex. They might take him out. This might be the end for him. We don't know. Graham says, I recently played Dead Space for the first time and got Dead Space 3. No shops around me have part 2. So not sure if I should play 3 until I manage to get 2. Definitely play 2 first, because 2 is arguably the best one. What are you buying? Ah, I'll buy it at a high price. You could tell by the voice that that's Jeff, and I approve. Me too, Ryan Redfield. It's not the first time that they, changed up the voice actors or the designs on us, so I'm not really too surprised. Robin says, why people think werewolves are not Resident Evil? I mean, there's a whole giant snake in Resident Evil 1. Yeah, Stranger Things have been around. And we fought Wesker in a volcano and Chris punched a boulder. So, I mean, like, stuff has happened. Yeah, it's not Lewis, guys. It's not Lewis from 4. Come on. Yeah, I mean, unless they retcon the remake, that's true, but I don't know if they would connect it like that. I'll buy RE8 at a high price. My favorite voice actor in RE is probably, Catherine Disher is probably one of my favorites, just because I really liked her performance in 3, the original. Obviously Wesker. Trying to think. So many good voice actors. Obviously Hope Levy, Heidi Anderson, Wesker. That's right. Is now mine. Paul Haddad, obviously. There's a lot. I'm trying to think. Yeah, DC Douglas, definitely. Lucas is dead. Yeah, Allison Court's great. It's the merchant's brother. It could be. I'm glad I can play RE games again and get hype with you guys again. I'm worried I'd have to sit on the sidelines again. Totally hype. Well, yeah, that's awesome, man. Hope you're happy you're doing everything. Playing with us and playing the games along and everything. I appreciate that, Jenny. Appreciate the nice compliments. It's flattering. The original Jill voice actor is still the best. I don't know. I always liked Catherine Disher, so I don't know. Steam has for $20. Oh, you guys are talking about another game. Luis was a good character, but I don't know if they would make him in Resident Evil 8 and then they would say that all of a sudden he's back at, you know what I mean? I don't know if that would make sense. But all right, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here for this edition of Let's Talk number 9. This is with Anthony, and we have 100 you in the chat. Obviously, we have 84 thumbs up. Let's try to get that over 100 while you're in here, or if you're just joining, we appreciate that. Yeah, Benowski, I don't know. I saw the Ghostwire thing. It looked okay, but I don't know. Again, it's something that I might have to just try it and see if I like it. I don't know. I thought it was going to be like Evil Within too. Do you guys have any more interviews with voice actors planned in the future? Absolutely. Yeah, we want to do more interviews on the show. We wanted to for years, and now we're finally getting there. So we got a couple under our belt. But yes, expect more interviews, especially as we continue, the road to RE8, because I'm sure RE8, there's not going to be a lot of information all at once, like RE3 Remake, because it's already based off material that's already there. So the RE8 news is probably going to come in, bite-sized stuff here and there. We know late summer. So we have plenty of time to do different podcasts and shows and interviews with different people. Yeah, just thank you guys for all the love and support during this whole time. Distant Memory says thank you for your support, friendship, and time, Anthony. Freaking love talking with you guys. Proud to be a fan of the channel for all these years. Keep up the badass work. Thank you, man. And thank you, Cam MMA. Thank you, Stars, for $200 donation. And we can actually see, we'll actually see more of RE8 soon, and we'll keep covering every step of the way. Tonight, though, we're doing a couple things. Catch us tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries. Me and John will be tackling a few maps as Leon. And yes, Road to the Village. I like that. Road to the Village. Yes, stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be there. And of course, after the stream, me and John are going to be recording Resident Evil 8 pre-release discussion, the reveal discussion. We're going to talk about some theories, some stuff that we saw now that we compiled all the information. So stay tuned for a new episode of the podcast. It's going to be a big one. We're going to be talking about everything of the reveal, all the videos, all the leaks, all the stuff, all in one show now that we have some stuff to talk about. So that's going to be really cool for you guys. Yeah, it's going to be great. And tonight, we'll see you live around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Resident Evil 4. And thank you for all the love and support. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Consider becoming a member if you want to support the channel that way. And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, we have the Let's Talk Resident Evil Discord server down below. All the links are down below, and they're all there for you. And we will catch you guys later tonight. See ya.